This week on QP Youth, we are going to be beginning a new series looking at some of the miracles of Jesus. And we're going to change things up a little bit in this series. Rather than one of us come in and telling you what we think the passage is saying, we want you to listen carefully to the passage, to put yourself in the place of someone in the passage, and to imagine what they are thinking and feeling as they witness what is going on. Today we're going to be thinking about Jesus healing the paralysed man, and as we do that, we want you to imagine that you are a member of the crowd. Imagine in your village there has been lots of chatter about this man called Jesus. He's going about and he's teaching people, and you've even heard about him healing some people. And you find out that he's coming to speak in your village. And so you find out where he's going to be and you get yourself there, and the place is really busy already, but you manage to sneak in to a corner. And you find yourself, you're maybe up against the wall, crowded into the place. The place is jam-packed full of people. There's lots of chatter, but then Jesus starts to speak and you start to hear the things that he is sharing with people, the things that he is saying. And as I read this passage to you, I'm going to read it straight out of the Bible. And I'm going to be reading from Mark chapter 2, verses 1 to 12. I want you to imagine, as that person in the crowd, as the person who's jammed up against the wall, who's listening carefully to everything that's going on. What are you thinking? What do you think as different things happen in the story? How do you feel about it? What are some of the things you see and you hear? Maybe you're hearing the mutterings of other people in the place. Maybe you're seeing the reactions on other people's faces. What are some of those things that you see and hear? What is it you think and feel? And we'll spend some time talking about that in our groups in a few moments. So, Mark chapter 2. A few days later, when Jesus entered Capernaum, the people heard that he had come home. They gathered in such large numbers that there was no room left, not even outside the door, and he preached the word to them. Some men came, bringing to him a paralysed man, carried by 4 of them. Since they could not get him to Jesus because of the crowd, they made an opening in the roof above Jesus by digging through it and then lowering the mat the man was lying on. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to the paralysed man, "Son, your sins are forgiven." Now some teachers of the law were sitting there, thinking to themselves, "Why does this fellow talk like that? He's blaspheming. Who can forgive sins but God alone?" Immediately, Jesus knew in his spirit that this was what they were thinking in their hearts. And he said to them, "Why are you thinking these things? Which is easier, to say to this paralysed man, 'Your sins are forgiven,' or to say, 'Get up, take your mat and walk'? But I want you to know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins." So he said to the man, "I tell you, get up, take your mat and go home." He got up, took his mat and walked out in full view of them all. This amazed everyone, and they praised God, saying, "We have never seen anything like this."